Alright, in this stream we're going to be going over new features for NVCode. We're going to be taking a look at some of the ones that I added that I haven't really talked about before, maybe a few things that still need to get done, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's probably what we're going to be doing in this stream. As always, you can find me over on my blog. There's links to all my social media over here. If you need help with anything, or if you have questions, or you just want to join the Discord community, you can check that out. You can find, I usually post stuff over on my Twitter, so you can follow me there. I'd rather you follow me over on Odyssey rather than YouTube. Also, you can check out everything I'm doing in this video. If I push something up, or if you want to use what you see in this video, you can find my dotfiles. You can find NVCode. You can find the color schemes if you like them. You can check out my blog, which I just showed you over here, and some other repositories. And if you like what I'm doing, you can support me over on Patreon. All right, so today I'm going to be showing you kind of some of the stuff that I got working, and then we'll take a look at some stuff that I need to get working. So this is the dashboard. I don't know if I've showed this to people yet. Also, I'll be answering questions during the live stream. If people come and show up, they can ask questions. I'll do my best to answer them. So let's see. We got this dashboard. I don't know if I've talked about it yet, but we have this. You can kind of go through it, find files, find recent files, like recently used ones. Load sessions, look for a particular word or marks. This has a telescope integrated with it, so you can integrate other things like clap, and I think FZF too, but I like telescope and have been using telescope for a while. So let's see. Let's start with well, first I should probably see what directory I'm in. Let's go inside here. Let's do it from here, and let's look for a file. It'll target the directory that you're in. So let me go and check out my init.lua, and you know what I'll do too, because I want to show you a file where this kind of looks better, is we'll just open this up. We'll go to recently used files, look at just a JavaScript file or a JSX file, and you see these little lines like that I got working, the indent lines. Well, I also got them working with highlights as well. So it doesn't, I don't think it picks up on the rainbow highlight thing, but it definitely highlights them really cool. So you can check that out. You might even be able to get it to highlight with the rainbow parentheses here, so you can see what context you're in, right? But yeah, I think this is pretty cool that you can see like what level you're on. Also, we have things like if I do div and then like dot and then foo, right? If you go like this and you can press comma, and you can get this. Obviously, this is not going to work because JSX, you got to have like a surrounding element here, but maybe we'll probably just put it there. But so what you can do is you can do things like that. So we got emit support. What else? Regular, just like, okay, here we go. This is a snippet, so we can do div, then we can get that, and we do another one. Now, I was having an issue before where like it would hold on to the D, like if I went back here and did it. And the reason that it was doing that was because I was using something for auto pairs. Now, auto pairs is just like, if you do this, like if I open up a parenthesis or if I open up this, like it immediately close it, right? And so that was what was giving me the error, but I'm not getting that anymore, so that's good. Let's see what else. I think that's most of what I've really added lately. I can't think of what else really I should go over. In terms of new things, you've probably seen all the old stuff. If you guys want to see anything else, just say something in the comments, and I'll kind of give you an idea of like what my config does, or maybe if I could add it. What's up, James? What's up, Chris? And I think that kind of looks like Mr., so I'm just gonna call you Mr. Mr. Nemesis. Mr. Nemesis. Okay, that's what I think that says. So we'll just say Nemesis. All right. What was I going to do today? Get out of here. So particularly, there was some feature that I wanted to add. Oh yeah, so basically, I guess a small one, well, a big one. Let's try and do the small one first and then the big one. The small one is actually kind of a big feature, but it's, not fully fleshed out how I want to do it yet. Right now, I'm just keeping some global options here. Like, I know you could like namespace them, I guess, like under G, right? And you could say like, I think _G dot autocomplete equals true, and then just get things. For now, I'm just going to leave them like this until I decide like exactly how I want to do it. But so now like you can toggle autocomplete on and off, right? Like this. And then if I turn that off, right? And then if I come over here, reopen a file, and I try to do autocomplete, like I'll like, you know, nothing shows up, right? So that's useful sometimes. Something else so I want to be able to do is I want to be able to like turn off these guys. I want to be able to turn off virtual text. And someone already put something there for me, so if I press space LV, it should turn it off, but it doesn't, I don't think it fully works. So that's something I want to get off. That can be really distracting, especially when you're trying to like work on like an algorithm or something like that, or you know, like I'd rather just have this right now, you know, and then turn this on if I feel like it, right? Like I'll have this, and then maybe if I like hover over it, it'll give me the error. Like, wouldn't it be nice if like I just went like line by line and it like maybe showed up, or like, I don't know, like there's other options rather than just leaving this virtual text here. It can get really cluttered. Maybe this will show more cluttered, maybe not. There will be something. Yeah, like this can get really cluttered, right? So anyway, let's see. What's up, Nelson? You're the guy in NVim, yeah. What's up, Zed? And Big Pop and Jake, what's up, dude? Anyway, so let's go back over here and let's swap this out back to true. Now another one I'm going to do in here, and this is like, you know, obviously extremely, you know, this is not how I plan on doing it in the future, but just something that works for now, that I can come in and change this file whenever I want and like just swap things out. So I have a bunch of color schemes, and they're kind of important all like for two different reasons, for Galaxy Line and also for just for the regular color scheme itself, right? So color scheme, we don't want color scheme, we want to put something like NVCode, right? So we'll take that and then we'll come back. Where did I go? Okay, we'll put that there, and then actually let me do this. Yeah, all right. So now we'll take that and we will go to color scheme here, and it says color scheme NVCode. Now there's probably a better way to set this because I can't really pass that as a variable. So is it vim.g.color scheme? Does anyone know? Like maybe it's that, and then maybe it's NVCode, because I guess I just had the regular Vim in there. Nope, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. Let's see if somebody knows. Yeah, the virtual text can get a little bit annoying. They should call Vim on Windows Vimdos. That'd be funny, I think. That might be funny. It should be called something different though, because getting Vim working on Windows is a huge pain. Yeah, I forget exactly how to look up like the color scheme thing with that. Thanks for landing the Clang DPR. Yeah, no problem. I misspelled color scheme. Also, you misspelled color scheme wrong. So if I misspelled it wrong, wouldn't that mean that I spelled it right? Color scheme. That's also wrong. There we go. I think. Yeah. Now, so that's fine. Now, what I need to do is I need to figure out exactly how you can do this. Did you make an easy shortcut for Emmet with which key? Yeah, I did. So we're going to open this up with a stupid color scheme that's not going to be any good. And header JS, sure. And then so this looks terrible, but actually, hold up. We're going to do space SU, and we're going to get us. Actually, this one's fine. Okay, so what you can do is you just do something like div.foo, and then, you know, be in normal mode. All right, doesn't matter, you know, like what time you show up here and do it. Press space and you press comma. There you go. And then I have a bunch of other ones too. Like if I press, you know, like if I just have div here and I press space, I can do dot, which will take me into this menu, and then I can do something like I think this will expand the word, right? And then we can go like that. That's not really good indents, but whatever. All right, so we got to figure out how to set color scheme, and then I'll go back into those things. Yeah. So let's do Neovim Lua color scheme. I don't want to detect it. I wonder if some of these newer color schemes, if they'll tell you how to set it. With, what you call it. Nope, I don't think so. Only background color, blah, blah, blah. How to change color scheme in Lua without any plugins. Yeah, that wraps it, but we don't want to wrap it. We want to be able to pass this as a variable, like a global variable. Now this, I just clicked on the same thing. Color scheme written in Lua. All right, I don't know. This one? Yeah, but how, I guess, okay. Yeah, I can do that, right? I have that, but I want to pass, I guess, can I just pass the variable, like, into that? Like, I guess I could, right? Like, I could literally just do, I don't know if I can. Like, can I do something like this and put a space and then like ... and then color scheme? Like that? Oh. Okay. Yeah, sure. Because that's what I had before, and then I was like, all right, well, whatever. So now you have this color scheme thing here, right? So we'll do save, and then can I just like go to definition of this thing? There we go. See, go to definition works. Look at that. I just press GD. And I can go to where this global variable is defined. And now what we can do is we can come and swap this out for something like, or I think, I don't even know how I spelled this thing. Aurora? And there you go. And then we could swap it out for something like Nord. And these are the ones that are supported by me. There you go, there's Nord. And we could swap it out for one dark. And now you don't have to, like, you know, jump through your config to find everything. Header. You know, you don't have to jump through your config to find everything. You can just kind of find it like that, right? They almost look like they're glowing, these lines, right? Anyway. So search for init.ls issue on NVim compy. It's faster, but it has a bug. Yeah, I saw, I actually have something in my README about that. Hold up. So if I go over here, jump to the bottom, README, jump over here, and then we can read this in much better definition like this. And there is something in my README. See, it says look into init.ls. That's one thing I do want to do, but I want to wait till it's fully supported by compy, and then I'll probably do it. One of the things I want to do is toggle virtual diagnostics. That kind of works, but maybe it's not working anymore. I don't know. A big one would be this, and then TS comment string is one that I'm looking into too. I don't know if you guys have heard of TS comment string. I kind of had it working, and then like it annoyed me, and then I got rid of it, and I might put it back. There's also this good plugin over here too for adding extra utilities to TypeScript. I had to get rid of auto pairs in favor of Lexima for because it was breaking my snippets. I thought about incorporating ulti-snips, but I might not. Surround, maybe later. Octo looks cool, but I don't have time for it right now. Someone did add at least a config for ClangD, but you'll still need to install that thing globally. For most LSP, for my thing, you'll be able to just install your server, although some people have been telling me that TypeScript isn't working for them, but it's working for me, so I'm not sure what the issue is there. And then the rest of this is just like setting up for Java and then like telling people what they need to get linters and formatters working with the EFM server. So that's kind of some of the stuff we're going to be doing today. Do I have Dracula? I already have Dracula, so let's go take a look at Dracula. Let's go close this now, and we'll open up another cd.config nvim, and we'll do, I guess it won't, no, let's go try this really fast. If I change this, I think it's called Dracula, right? And then if I come over here and if I do Lua file, no, I don't want to do it over here. I want to do it over here. Lua file, and then the file that I'm on. Doesn't seem to do it. But that's for this. So what if I did it here? There you go. This is Dracula. It didn't change over here. But so let's do, I guess I'm gonna just keep this in repos. Really? Oh, it's because I'm here. cd repos blog, and yeah. So we'll just keep this in here. That way we can just search on this. And this is what it would look like in Dracula. Now, these aren't perfect, and if you want to update them, you can go check out the NVCode repo, and you can like change some of the things. So how you'll do that, hopefully, is I don't even know what these blocks are. They're doing something. I'm pretty sure. I have no idea what they're doing. No, I have no idea what they're doing. So what you'll need to do is go in there, and then like you can look at what something is in my config. And this works for everything as long as you have the tree sitter playground. So if you're here, what you can do is you can just press space and capital T, and it'll tell you what it is. Even better, you can do TS playground toggle, and you can really see, you know, like what things are, their lines, columns, all that kind of thing. If you really want to develop with tree sitter, although I haven't really done much development with tree sitter. So yeah, that's Dracula. We're going to change back to NVCode because that's the most fleshed out color scheme that I have. And I don't know if we're going to have to do the Lua file here, but I think we'll have to do it here. I guess you have to do both. And then we'll go and do this one again. There we go. Yeah, if you install Clang, but I'd rather it work through LSP. Through the LSP guy, right? Like if I'm over here and I do LSP install, I'd like it to show up here. Like Clang or C++. Right? So you'd have to get on the guy who works on this, who is not me. These are the only ones that were provided right now. But obviously, yeah, you could just do this, like this is here, so you would just do it globally. You would just install it globally and it'll work. It should work. Pale Knight, don't have Pale Knight, but again, you can add it. Could you please show us how to configure C++? I'm suffering. C++ should work now, right? Like all you have to do is you have C++ here, Clang D, install Clang D, and then you need to have compiler settings or compiler options.json in your root, and it'll find it, and then you just have to do all your C stuff from there. With TSS server, you need to make sure that you disable document formatting and document range formatting. Yeah, with not Elm, but I think you mean EFM. I think I do have that disabled, right? Like if go in here, yeah. See settings, document formatting. That's at the false. So that way Prettier or ESLint fixers could handle it. Another plugin to add my collection. Yeah, I don't know which one I showed you, but yeah, there's probably a bunch here that you could probably add. Could you rename Groovebox to something like NVCode? I'm really lazy with things like color schemes and stuff, so if you want to go through and change everything to MV-thing, more power to you. But I do have Groovebox in here. See, we got your Groovebox. Personally, I think Groovebox is hideous, but that's why, they make different strokes for different folks, right? Looks pretty good, though, I guess, like for what it is. But it is definitely not my color scheme. Yeah. Right. What would things look like? I think they'd all be white. No, I guess not. They're all the right color. Guess someone did the right thing when they made that. I didn't even make this one, so someone else did. Blah blah blah. Probably because Groovebox is pretty popular. Yeah. Does your ESLint work? Yeah, ESLint works. I don't have it set up right now, but I mean, I could. And if you really want to see ESLint working, you can comment again, and I will make ESLint work for you if you would really, really, really like to see that. Chris, what key confirms snippet in NVCode? I can't do that. What do you mean by confirm? Do you mean like I'll do div? Damn it. I just press enter. That's it. Div, enter. Div, dialog, enter. Right? That's it. You just gotta press enter, I guess. Now, tree sitter is having big complaints. But anyway, yeah. Dracula master race? Nah. Dracula's alright. I don't have it set up perfectly. I think I like Nord, the Aurora one that I have, and NVCode, and One Dark. I like those ones. Most ugly color scheme? Yeah, Groovebox. Lua Groovebox? I don't know what Lua Groovebox is. Okay. You want to see ESLint? So here's what we're going to do for ESLint. We're going to come over here, and in my thing, I have this. EFM server, right? This looks wrong. Some of these things look wrong. These should be highlighted, and they're not. I think the Lua ones. I think my Lua tree sitter thing is broken. We can find out really fast by doing this. It's not that broken. But it doesn't look the way it should, in my opinion. Probably because I was changing color schemes on the fly. Let's save this. Get out of here. Oh no, we're stuck in Groovebox. All right, we'll be in Groovebox for a few minutes. Find file, EFM. Here we are. Ugh, yikes. All right, so see, I have this thing for ESLint. Here's your lint command pointing it to ESLint that you install. You could also install it globally. You could also install ESLint_D, which I'll probably do in the future, which is faster. But I don't have that right now. I think you have to say like what type of thing you're on. Like, I don't know what else there is, but I have Unix. I don't know if you're on Windows. If you're on Windows, you shouldn't be. These are some other configurations that I have for it. This is the format command with the fixer. I don't know if that'll work out of the box, but we can find out. So now we have, this is probably all wrong color schemes for Groovebox. So now we have JavaScript React. I only have prettier in here. I can put ESLint instead. Okay, and then we'll come over here. We'll save this, come back in, press enter, header, JSX. Okay. And you should get things that show up from, what you call it now, like if I do this, that might be that, but I know that it will if I do like FA 500 blah blah blah. This right here, this is from ESLint FA 500px, right? How I know that is, let's see if we still have a fixer. Well, we haven't done anything we need to fix. No, we don't have the fixer working. Why is that? We have the format command. We have this. I don't know why formatting is not working, but you can tweak that to get formatting working, I'm sure. But the ESLint stuff like this, and then we can do something like CA, and then we can remove it, and it's going. Whoa, it removed the whole thing. That's wild. Remove undeclared for what? What kind of code action is that? There we go. Remove everything with a comma behind it. Anyway, so yeah, I mean that's basically it working. You can tell it's working, like I said, because if we come back over here and just put prettier again, which I like better, we'll put, let's put this guy back in. We'll go like this and like this. Find file, header. And once the TSS server boots up, see how it says now in a different color, FA 500px is declared, but its value is never read? That's a different warning than what we got from ESLint. So I hope that kind of at least shows you somewhat ESLint working. Nord is too depressing for me. Yeah. I don't know. I like Nord, but that's why I made Aurora, because it's more fun looking. Like, I made, let me tell you the idea behind Aurora, and I haven't really finished it yet, but find file, config, we'll do this, G, this, and then we'll do Aurora, right? Now if we come over here, And I think it's a good color. I have to obviously get the bar to match, and I have a way to do that. But, and it'll be with this global variable. But recently done files, header. Like, this stuff's messed up. But overall, you can see, like, you know, it's pretty good looking. Right? And it's like Nord, but with more colors. That's my thinking for it, at least. So this is kind of an original one that I'm working on still. And I still need to fix this junk in the sign column here. What I meant was that NVCode Groovebox over regular Groovebox. Yeah, I know. Well, get rid of your other Groovebox. So if it could be renamed. No, like, go in there and rename it. Like I'm saying, like, put in a PR. If you want it to rename it. Will it be shortcuts for different color schemes? Yeah, there's already that. Right? If you want to do SU, choose your color scheme. Here's one. SU. Dracula. SU. And back to Aurora. Do think wrong don't work for me. I check out. Thanks. All right. What was you saying? For snippets? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, good luck with that. Let me know how it goes. Clang D12 is the latest version? Okay. Yep, that was that working. If you figure out the fixer, put a PR in. Can you show us how to get LSP with Java working? I feel like it's such a pain and I can't set it up on my own. I can show you it working, but I give you the rundown really fast. So I have something in here that I was working on. What was it? Was it in Java debug test? Because I was testing with debugging Java. No, we don't want this one. I can debug in Java now though. Why don't we do that one? Damn it. Java debug test. Test. See, it's already quitting on me and giving me errors. I don't know why. Java's a pain in the ass. I'll try one more and see if it works. If it doesn't work, then I'm not gonna press Java here. I have it working on my system at work, but I take very good care of that. On here, I don't really maintain it so well. Yeah, it's closing. What's the issue? Clients that match Java, none. Oh, great. Oh, I know why. I know why. So what you need to do to get it to work is this, and we'll have this spinning up in the background. I deleted my thing, so NVIM JDTLS. You're gonna be able to see it working all the way from scratch now. So we'll come down here. We need these commands. We'll go like this. I'm gonna make a directory called .language servers. That's where I'm just keeping it, and you'll see in a second like why I keep it there. And we'll do git clone, we'll pull this guy down, then we'll cd inside of it, like that, and then we'll run Maven clean verify. Now this is going to take a hot minute, so while we're looking at that, I guess, actually I'll come back over here and I'll show you why it's like that. So .config nvim, and then we'll do, what was I doing? Oh yeah, utils, and then bin, I think, is where I'm keeping it. So I have one for Linux and one for Mac, right? So we'll open Java, Linux language server. And now what you need to do is take this, and then you need to say, you know, point it to, see I have .language servers, and then point it to eclipse.jdt.ls, and then blah, 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 all the way over. Point this to your current Java. Mine's always going to be, because I use SDK man. All this junk. And if you want Lombok, point it to the Lombok jar here with Java agent, right? That'll get it working. Then what you got to do, at least that'll be a command that works. Then what you got to do is you got to, let's open this up. Lua LSP, and we'll go down to Where the hell's Java? There you go, Java. Then this. I'm not going to sit here and show you every single thing, because you can go find it on my GitHub. So if it's Mac, use the Mac one, which is the thing I just showed you, the files, right? And then if it's Linux, use the Linux one. And then if you want a debugger too, you got to have a debugger, which I don't have right now, which I'll have to also go and get. And then, all these things, like I have this thing, comment on attach, all these other things, blah, 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 right? You can go through the config and find out what they all do. And then basically that's it. Now, what I also had to do, because this is Java, nothing's easy in Java, was I had to, in where I keep my auto commands, which I really need to put in a better place, but this is where they are, and if you want to complain, then I don't care. So this is what I had to do for Java. So this is extra code actions. I don't know why I have that one. We don't need that one. But we got code actions here, which are the special Java code actions, because they can't be done the regular way. And then also I have an auto command that says to, source this file when a Java file shows up. Yeah, that's everything you have to do. And, then it works. And you can even run tests and stuff like that, but I have to go complain to the VS Code test people. That's the best I got for you. I'll show you Java working in a second once it's done there. You also need compile commands. Yeah, compile commands JSON for CMake and all that kind of stuff from CMake for clang-D to work and to pick up your directory. C flags, extra clang-D files. HTML formatting works for me. Yeah, it will. Depends, right? So this is why I want this config, this user config. And I'm kind of getting lost in just talking about things right now instead of setting it up. But, we don't do the formatting here. Where we do the formatting is we do it here. And in EFM. And down here for HTML, you have to have prettier globally installed if you want it to work. So if I go open up we'll close this thing.html, and then if I do div, and then if I do like this, there you go. Right? Formats it for me. So I hope that's what you mean by formatting. Gotta have it prettier. You gotta have prettier globally installed though. So we do prettier or npm I flag G, and then we would do prettier. Right, and we would install it that way. I think actually how I installed it was yay flag S prettier. Yep, just like that. Well, that's because I'm on Arch Linux. You just have to have a globally the command, right? Now that will change depending on the config in the future. You'll be able to say like, okay, here's the path to prettier, or here's like the executable I want you to run for prettier. If you want more help getting clang-D working, add an issue on GitHub for NVCode, and he'll get back to you. Awesome, thanks. Glad you're supporting me here, man. Don't need to build. You can get the latest Really? Can you send me a link in my issues, please? Because I'd rather do that. Add ZRobot. I think HTML language server does not support formatting. Yeah, prettier works. Yep. You need to get that LSP into NVim LSP install. Yeah. So, let's see. Saying thanks. Oh, this is probably Drax from the Discord server. See Chris's Elm, general ls.lua, how to bind HTML file type to right. Yeah, I'm gonna do a thing for that, so you can do it however you want. Yeah, it is changing it to Elm. Have you ever set up LSP for Arduino? No. But you could. I just don't, I've been using Arduino since college, like 3 years ago. Hello, I want to revert my NVim back to default from my config. How would I go about doing that? Well, it depends what you mean. If you still have all your files, which I don't think you can. I don't think my installer overwrites your files. The first thing is a check to see if there's an NVim directory. If not, then it's blown into the oblivion. But if you still have all those files and you still get all of my plugins, where you want to go, where all the plugins live, and this is just where they live right now, not in the future, but this is the only way I know how to do it right now. And I've been too busy with other things. But go into local share NVim, then go into site, then go into pack, then go into packer, then go into start, and blow away everything in here, and you should be fine. And I'll give you the PWD. There you go. Home u.local share NVim site pack packer start. That's where my stuff all goes. And that starts it every single time, all these things. That's obviously not ideal, but it's what I have right now because, you know, I'm trying to do a million things with this. So some stuff falls through the cracks. Hey, Chris, will you do another Arch Linux install tutorial this year? And why do you use Arch Linux and not a more stable distro? I see people saying it's not very stable. Arch Linux is, the only reason I use it is just for internet brownie points. All the other distros are just fine. But no, I use it because I've had it for so long, and I have like bootstrap scripts just to get it working at this point, and it just works for me. Like I like to know what's going on in my system, so there's no ambiguity. Question for me, I tested NVCode setup and noticed you don't appear to have a shortcut for staging the whole file under leader G. Why is that? I thought leader GA made sense. Yeah, I agree. Add it, and I'll accept your PR. Mostly I use LazyGit though. That's probably why. So like whenever I'm like in Neovim, I do this. If I want to like stage a file, well, let me get out of here. Let me do, so I'm not like scoping my entire everything. I'll do something like this, find file, we'll do whatever, I don't care. And then TG, and then I do, this is how I do it. Like I press space for things, right? And then I press C, and then I press P, and then that's how I push stuff. Hi Chris, I want to migrate to built-in LSP. I've already installed the nightly version. Is it easy to automate the process of installing each language LSP? Yeah, so what I have is LSP install here. It's a plugin you can check out, and then if you just press tab after it, you can install all of these very, very easily. You just click the language that you want and install it. There are more difficult languages. If you need to do something like C++, or if you need to do Java, that's going to be a pain in the ass, at least for now. But probably not in the future as long as this guy continues to update his NVim LSP install script. If not, I'll move on to another one, and I'll probably just always use the most contemporary, best one. Debian-based distro is more stable since Arch is always breaking. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, but Debian will not have, like, for instance, like, first of all, here's the best thing about Arch. Python is already Python 3.9.2. Regular Python. It doesn't show up as Python 2.7 or anything like that. And it's not 3.7, it's not 3.6, it's not 3.5. It's the most contemporary version of Python you can get, right? So that's why I like Arch, right? Because when I update my system, I get the newest and best Python. I get the newest and best everything. I don't have to do any wacky shit to get it. I just have it. So that's some of my reasons, right? Now, where am I? I was working on my config. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to work on that config file. Okay, we have this. I might as well just... Problem is that, okay, really fast, the other thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go down here, and for NVim DAP to work and all this kind of nonsense, you need the Java debug extension. And to do this, what we're going to have to do is clone this boy down into let's go in there, language servers, get clone this, cd java debug, and run clean install. All right, now I'll give that some time. So yeah, Java's easy to set up. Chris, rather than LazyGit, have you tried using fugitive git status menu? G status. This reminds me of NeoGit, which I've also tried out. I don't I just, like, it's learning a whole new thing, so I would have to know the things. Like, how do I do stuff? I guess S was probably stage, right? And then U is probably unstage. A is also stage. C is probably commit? No? Capital C is commit? Help is G. What? Enter. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just not used to it, so that's kind of my issue, I guess. You can press equal on unstaged files to see if the unstaged hunks, and you can do a visual select. Oh yeah, I think I'll probably try that out in the future. How do you handle auto imports from TSS server? I guess the normal way that they are. Would appreciate some lights on getting Java set up as well. Well, we're currently working on that. Now, gcommit. Okay, I'll try that. 2 C's for commit. Okay. We'll go back to G status. CC. Nope. Not for me, at least. Now I'm trapped. Okay. Oh, maybe I have to be on top of it. Nope. I guess I could just... I don't know. Anyway, not learning Fugitive right now. This thing works? Alright, let's go see how Java do. So, repos. We'll start with the debug one. Java debug test. There you go. We started it. Now we can do D. We'll toggle a breakpoint here. Whoops, space DB. We'll toggle a breakpoint there. And now what we'll do is D. Hey. That was supposed to start working. Well, I used to have that working. It's very possible that... Okay, let's go look at the config again really fast because I think I know why it's not. We needed to... Where the hell is Java? Java. See, I blow this stuff away a lot. Debuggers. Oh, it's in .debuggers, right? So we got to go... See where we are right now? We got to take that and put it in make dir .debuggers. And this is up to you, wherever you want to put it. Alright, we're going to move .language servers, Java debug into .debuggers. Yep. And then we're gonna go here again. Yeah, here we go. Test.java, make it nice and big. Space DB. I gotta wait a second, I guess. 0% starting my Java's language server. Sometimes, by the way, because Java's so special, it creates this workspace, arm-rf workspace in your home directory there. And if you see issues, whoops, this is blog. Java debug test. Okay. And then it'll usually start up back again like normal. Alright, now we got 2 debug points. And we'll do debug. Man, this thing hates me. Well, we always knew Java wasn't friendly, so we're not going to continue to play with Java. I'm kind of salty, though. Like, this... Did I spell something wrong? Whatever. Anyway, let me show you without the debugging. I'll do, like, a dedicated video for Java later. Let's go into Spring Boot, and we'll do an course API. I had another one in here I was learning Webflux stuff. But I don't see it anywhere. Like a Java to-do list. Anyway, so hopefully this works, or we'll have to go blow away the workspace one again. Here we go. Alright, service should be ready, so if we start to do something like this, well, that's only getting from there. It's still complaining about that. Okay. We do have snippets, so I can at least show you snippets, right? So we have snippets like that. If I come in here and I start to type private, here we go. Now this is all context dependent with Java, right? So I'm typing private right now, and then I can do like static, or that's what stack for it. Yeah, static, like this, you know, whatever, you know, final, and then like string, right? And then just call it whatever, and you get your, you know, your issues and stuff. Now, another thing that we got is if we go into course, blah, 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 you got your Lombok, right? So if I go try to access course and the course service over here, let's see, where we got a course? We got courses in here, but I think I have one somewhere. Here we go. So if I do something like course, right? See, I get that in LSP. I can do dot. It's super fast, right? And, you know, you get your get ID if you don't know how Lombok works, right? See how there's a get ID? Well, this is generated by Lombok, so if I go back over here, I didn't define get ID, but Lombok has that. You get your, you know, your hover and all that kind of good stuff. You get your auto import too. Watch, if I get rid of this, first of all, we can do a quick fix on top of it. So we can press 1 and bring it in, right? Or we can get rid of it and, whoops. We can get rid of it entirely, and we can do @data enter, and look at that. See? It imports it. It's actually good once you get it set up, but it's a freaking nightmare to get set up. If you want to see something else, let me know with Java. I'll try and get the debugging working again. Yeah, I have very, very low timeout len, and that's mostly for what you call it. So I try to work around that. It's mostly for which key. I forget why I use Fugitive. I think I use it for Rhubarb. I need it for Rhubarb, and Rhubarb lets me go and open things very easily. So if I do space G, and then if I want to say like browse, I do capital B. You don't see that. It happened off screen. But boom, I just browsed this file, and I can see like, oh, it's in Lua, NVCode. Oh, it's on my GitHub. Cool, you know? So that's what I think that's useful for. Does the repo path still have issues? I don't think so. Yeah, I like lazy git. It's because you have very low time. Yep. Cool. I think you have to have a timeout len of 50, so you should press CC really, really fast. Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't need to do all that. Instead of showing active LSP in the status line, consider showing the capabilities of the active LSPs. I may make a pull request if I figure out a reasonable general way to implement those. Yeah, sure. Go check out Galaxy Lines repo, and you could probably figure that out. How does TypeScript work for me? Pretty decently. You know, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that VS Code has and what you call it, but I think it's got, you know, most of what I personally need. I rarely write any TypeScript anymore. So, you know, I'm not like all up to date. I mostly write Java, and that's what this is for. That's why I go through. Otherwise, I would never do this. Like, I would never go through all the pain of setting up Java. But Java, once you get it working, dude, it's like, it's really fast. It's really good. It's, you know, everything works great. Like, if I like do, like, that's fast. You know, that's blazing fast for me. So, anyway. Let's see. Back to this. So now we can set color schemes. The other thing that we were going to want to be able to set was something like formatters. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. Like, this is what I want here. Like, this is my ideal way of like setting a formatters, right? Like, you could do like nv.format.javascript, or we could just say ts server equals, and then you could say like something like prettier, or you could say like, whoops, you could say like ESLint, like use that as the formatter. You could also do something like, instead of this for Python, you could do like linting, and then swap that out. I don't want to do, we'll just do lint, and then we'll do like flake 8, right? Like, that would be good. I just don't exactly know how I would do that yet. I keep having some weird stuff like fill. Oh, I don't know. Like, oh, file already exists when saving. I don't think I've run into that. Yeah, I don't know Lua well enough to know what Lua metatables are. A metatable, from what I understand, is a class, right? So if I'm like, it's kind of like an answer to a class, right? It's not a class, but that's what I understand about it. So I'll look into metatables for this, maybe. I could even look it up right now, I guess. Lua metatables. Oh, here we go. My table, blah, blah, blah. My metatable is equal to that. Oh, a metatable is just a table that takes in a bunch of different tables? So that's why it's called a metatable? That makes total sense. So like you have like this table, and then you have a metatable. So maybe your metatable, maybe this table... So would the metatable be Python, and then this table be linters, and then this table be formatters? Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Just found you. Love the content. Subscribe. Thanks, Zach. Kind of like a class, right? Does what I said make sense? The meta table, like the outside table, this table, like on the outside meta table, that would be like, this would be like Python right there. Obviously, this is total pseudocode, but like Python, and then like the other one would be like a bunch of formatters. Like this would be like a table, and then the other one would be like linters. Obviously, it would not look like this, but I'm saying like this is what would be inside of the meta table. That's what would make sense to me. Okay, cool. So does vsnip work for you with compy? It shows vsnip entry, but I can't expand it to full snippet body. Yes, it does. It does work for me. You can check out my config. I use Lexima, and I use, it matters what auto pairs plugin you use. So use Lexima or something like that, because it works for me. Although this thing sucks, and I wish it would be quiet. And so look into that, and then look into, you can look into my config and set up vsnip. I also have a shit ton of snippets that I did. So if you go into plug, I didn't do them. I went out and got them from people who had them, but they were broken. And then I just re-implement them. I have them for HTML, Java, and Python. The Java one I got from COC. I think I got the Python one from COC too. And then I got the HTML one from the official HTML VS Code thing before they started using their own, which I don't know where to find. Isn't that just a two-dimensional table? I guess if you think of it that way, sure. But I don't think of things that way because I think of classes. I don't think of tables. I don't know what a two-dimensional table really... I guess it technically is a two-dimensional table. But then really what we're saying is like an array, I guess. But not really, because there's key value pairs. But yeah, it's like an array of like just key value pairs, right? It's just an object. It's like a... I guess you can keep functions in it too, probably, like an object literal in JavaScript, right? Does your formatter or linter write the file directly? I think so. Hey Chris, when I try to open a Lua file complaining about some weird file size more than blah blah blah, anyone know how to get rid of it? That used to happen to me. For me, it stopped happening to me. So I'm not really sure what the issue with that is. I would go complain on the Subneco. Go look in the Subneco Lua issues on their repo. I try to learn how to configure NVIM properly and create my own feature-rich config, but keep getting into weird stuff that I can't understand. Hope I'll learn it quick. Oh yeah, there's a ton of weird shit, man. That's why I'm creating... This is another reason I'm creating this. Is just so people can... Even if you're not going to use my thing, you can like go through it and like you'll understand things better and how plugins like behave and how to factor code. You know what I mean? Like it's not just how to factor like my Neovim config, but this is just like good factoring anyway, right? Like you just have separations and concerns. Like if I wanted to get rid of dashboard, I would delete this folder. I would remove it from my plugins. If I had any auto commands associated with it, I would get rid of them here. And then I would just dereference it in init.lua, you know, instead of like having everything like chunked up in the same file. Did I set up snippets for ES7? Yes, snippets for ES7 are there. Oh yeah, you want to check those out? They're pretty cool. Let's get out of Java land because if I'm not at work, I'm not writing Java. If you don't see me at work, I'm not writing Java. How do I get out of here? There we go. I got to get into using ZZ more often to break out of files. And this go like that. Come here. We'll do components. We'll do navbar. This is ugly right now, so we're gonna switch back to NVCode soon. Yeah, why don't we do like RFCE? Boom. Right? Got your snippet. We got this too. We can do what's usually the ones I use. The big ones, right? Like RFC, RFCE, RFCP, RFC, like these things, right? You got your Redux, and you can see what it's going to be before it comes out when they're snippets, right? Oops. Anyway, I'm not going to put them all, but you can see that they work, right? Like if I go like this. Right? And that's basically what this is right here, right? So there's like no difference. And we'll get rid of that. So yeah, we got those snippets working. Because vsnip works with VS Code snippets. I have auto linters, but try to understand how they actually work. If you want it to auto lint, you're gonna need probably an auto command. Repo is what inspired me to move my init.vim to init.lua. That's cool. Hey man, did you fix the open issue about TSS server not working on LSP? The thing is, I don't know how to reproduce that. It works. I don't want to say it works on my machine, you know, but I guess it's not working for some people. It is working for others. Like the way that I'm doing it is I'm just going like, okay, LSP install TypeScript. I guess I'll install it again. I'll leave here. Find file. I always go to header. I'm so used to this file now, just for demos and stuff. Yeah, I mean, you can see right here. You know, we have a TSS server working, or whatever. So I don't know what the issue is. I would say look through the config maybe a little closer, but I don't know. If you're using my config, then I can't imagine that wouldn't work. If possible, use Prettier for formatting and stuff, and linters only for coding issues. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too. I don't really like ESLint fix. Your NVCode project became my documentation, yeah. At least for like all these plugins and things, I think it's good for that. My first milestone to learn to config NVim and Lua. Next, I want to fully understand Vim, autocommand, and key mappings. Yeah, you'll learn that as you go through and work on some of the config for it. Do I use C tags? No, I don't use C tags. C tags are for boomers, dude. Really cool snippets, mate. I know that J's are pronounced like H's in Spanish. So how did you configure them? I went like they already work out of the box with vsnip. Looks like somebody put either an issue or a PR in. I hope it was a PR. So LSP, what did we just ask me? We asked me something about snippets. Yeah, so go down to my plugins. Oh, I'm already there. And literally I'm right here. Pull them in like this, right? And then just have vsnip and compy working. That's it. Nothing else. You'll have them. Pass EB, thanks. I'll try it now. I probably have 3 autocommands saved. All right. Are you using compy because it's better than completion? Yes. I have completion, but sometimes I don't like a bunch of stuff. Shows me. Yeah, I like compy better. Yeah, I don't know either, man. I've done them for all. It's just this one. Yeah, I don't know, man. I have no idea why that wouldn't work. It blows my mind. What's the difference between the different LSP plugin I have installed? Oh, these? Maybe? Like under here? LSP Saga does this. Not does that. Why is it not working? Do I have something attached to here or no? Okay, interesting. Hold up. I'll show you in a second. Maybe. Nope, we're going to swap this back to NVCode. And save. Okay, so plugins. Some NVCode is there. Okay, good. See these handsome little floating windows? Saga does that. Saga also handles things like renaming. So if like I come over here and like, you know, see where install path is highlighted everywhere. If I do space LR, I'll give a new name. We'll We'll call it Fred. And now that says Fred everywhere. So it wraps that too and makes it look very handsome. That's what Saga does. LSP config, the one at the top, it does all of these. You'll notice I reference LSP config at the top and set everything up here. Kind, what does kind do? Kind does this. If I start typing like use, see all these little things here, these little symbols. That's what LSP kind does. Lightbulb, lightbulb does like code actions. So if lightbulb's there, then there's usually like a code action you can do. JDTLS does Java because Java needs its own thing. And NVim LSP install does this. LSP install and then press tab. And now you can pick which LSP that you want to install as long as you have a config for it over here. Is that NVim tree? Yes. Found that in my config. Not sure if you use it right now. Yeah, I do use it. That's NVim tree. Chris, the TypeScript server works fine if I'm on a React project, but when I create a file name with pure JavaScript, the language server stops working. Maybe it's my personal config. Okay, let's find out. So I have something called testing that I keep over here, and I keep a couple things in here like this, and we'll open a file called test.js, and we'll go like this. Interesting. I too have no active LSP here, although it says it matches. So my thing would be then that if we go over interesting, if we now maybe I can solve your problem. So let's do this, and let's do this, and then maybe something like file. You know, the Lua thing lately has been a little suspect. And what are these other, like, I don't know why I'm opening like new tabs. Anyway, so where was I just now? The JSTS, yeah, JSTS, that's JSON LS. This one. File types. File types equals JavaScript, and we'll put us one of those, save, format. Alright, come down here, get out of that, come back in. Interesting, it still doesn't show up. Alright, that is a bug. That's something I can look into now at least. One thing we might want to look into is the GitHub for NVim LSP install. There we go. And we need this guy, and we need plugin. No, Lua servers. What is this one? Let's get that stuff out of here. Let's open this up a little bit bigger. Do you need this stdio? Maybe that's not an issue with one of them, but maybe it's an issue with that one. I think you do need stdio. But we can also cross-reference this against config, no, LSP config. And we can go down to TSS server. That is the way that they do it. Here are the root patterns. .git is one of them. Package.json. We'll put a package.json there and add the file types here and see what happens. Comma. I'll try specifying it as well, because maybe it doesn't do it automatically, but it does work in React, so we'll just try this. Oh, great. Awesome. Test.js. There you go. So that's how I'll fix it. I had to add all of this. I guess this wasn't here already? Sure. Whatever. I'm going to go and grab the file types as well, or the root directory as well, too. I'm going to go snag this because that might help. We need a comma somewhere. We need a comma. Do we need a comma? We need a comma here. Undefined global root pattern. Awesome. Yeah, that's great. That's because that is a function. That's a function that comes from freaking somewhere. There's... I'd probably search text root. Yeah, that's how I did that one. I don't even know about this. If someone wants to go and figure out how to add this root thing, then you can put a PR in. Alright, so I hope that solves your problem. Wait, shouldn't it be .ts for TypeScript? The TypeScript server handles everything. Does all JavaScript and all TypeScript. Does anyone know how to use Docker containers for LSP with native NVim LSP to use the TypeScript server? It needs a config.json. Yeah, it needs something, I guess. I was just looking into adding the leader GA shortcut I mentioned earlier, and that shortcut looks like it already exists in the config, yet does not appear in which key. Yeah, it might be auto-mapped. Is there some kind of limit for number of shortcuts it will display? No. So it just might be, it's just not mapped in which key. I hope that something like Nux.js server will be bringed soon. It should work with Vue, but unfortunately doesn't. Okay. Actually, no NVM. Never mind. It looks like you now map them in Lua. Settings.json still exists, and that confused me. Okay. Maybe you should specify root. Yeah. Have I researched Flat Earth? Yes. Thanks, man. You're doing great work. No problem. Also, I can confirm something about the NVCode setup is breaking all the fugitives maps. Neither CC or G work for me in NVCode. Oh well. You could probably remap them. Root pattern is from LSP config. Yeah, I just don't feel like... I think I'd have to do what? Like require that and then bring it in? Like require... Like, wouldn't I have to do something... Like if I bring this back, wouldn't I have to do something like require LSP config dot roots pattern maybe, and then if I did X like this maybe. Nope. Nope. Oh well. Have you tried Go Neovim or do some other interesting GUI? Right now, the one that I've been using, is Neovide. So Neovide's got a very comfy cursor. This thing, we don't want that. We want a header. Yeah, and see how it's just, it's just comfy. You see how like the cursor shoots around. Really, it's really fast. It's like, I think even faster than the terminal. It's got all the things you would expect, you know. But yeah, looks good. Now it looks like my active LSP shot for React. Ah, well, you're never gonna win, right? Yeah. Require this thing util.root pattern. Okay, I'll try that. I'm too lazy to look into these things, man. Like, all right, there we go. Okay, now let's try. All right, no bugs. All right, it looks like it works. Okay, that's cool. Now the question is, man, I hate this thing. Will my blog work again? Also, we got images. I don't know if people have seen that before. No diagnostics? Maybe it just doesn't give diagnostics for that. There we go. Okay. Yep, that root deer thing worked. Cool, thank you. I used to use Neovim, but had some issues with Polish characters, so I switched to Go Neovim. Oh. Okay. What GUI is that? It's pretty awesome. Neovim. It has some interesting stuff like custom pop-ups. Yeah. What? Like Go Neovim? I think I have Go Neovim. Go Neovim. That looks kind of cool. This is Go Neovim. Also pretty handsome, but also has some issues. Also seems pretty fast. But Neovim looking better. Whoa, what the hell? Wait, does it know that this word is a function? And highlights it kind of different? That would be cool if it knew that. Because it is a function. Anyway. Is there Neovim with latest NVim nightly version? They're two separate things. Thanks, Antonio. Just install the latest NVim and then install the latest Neovim and you'll be fine. They're like two separate binaries though. Looks faster with GPU boost. Yeah, I do have it GPU boosted. I have like a NVIDIA SMI. We have a 270 in here. I don't know where it says that. There you go, RTX 270. Sometime NVim tree tell you that you can't add or delete a file because set modifiables off. No, I never had that issue. Which OS am I using? The most Chad one. Neo fetch. This one right here. All right. So I didn't get much of what I really wanted to do done. What is this? I was going Neovim. But I feel like I answered a lot of questions. It's kind of crazy that I even have like 60 something concurrent viewers on this and I'm just literally playing around with the text editor. Did blah 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 Arch Linux. Oh, so that NVIDIA boost works for normal. I don't know. No, it works for GPU accelerated terminals like Kitty or Alacrity, but it also works for Neovim. Replace YTOP with BTM and which key? What is BTM? Someone had me install some wacky BY. I don't even know. What window manager is that? Themed i3? Yeah, it's i3. I'm using Kitty Wise, the BMW. Okay. You tried tab 9? I've tried it before, but dude, it kills my CPU. Any pointers for LSP status integrations in the status line? Yeah, install Galaxy line, and then do this. Galaxy line, this. Look for LS. Oh, it's literally right there. And they have a thing for it. Just put this. And then you'll get LSP to show up in your status line. What's the name of this NVIDIA driver again? What, the NVIDIA program I did? It's called NVIDIA SMI. Comes down with all like the NVIDIA tools. Oh, BPY top? It needs to be bigger. Yeah, but like, what does this get me? It doesn't show me. You know what I really liked? I really liked glances, but I don't have it right now. And that thing showed me like Docker images and stuff. But BPY top looks good. Like, it looks cool. Put 1 in chat if you're a real chat and live on Wayland. Nah, I don't use Wayland because I have an NVIDIA driver or an NVIDIA GPU. Any alternatives for COC Explorer other than your tree? Yeah, NVIM tree right here. Oh wow, why does this kill you? Wow, does this kills your CPU when I'm able to use it on much weaker? Blah, blah, blah. I have no idea, but last time it killed my CPU. I wasn't using this CPU. I was using something else. Have you used ESLint D with EFM? It's faster due to the daemon running in the background. No, I haven't, but I brought it up earlier in the video that I do want to use it in the future. If I'm going to use ESLint, but I rarely use ESLint because I don't really work with teams on JavaScript because no one will hire me to do that. So, let's see. What do we need here? We already did this. We already did that. Config. Wow, look, this is what we added today. Well, we also fixed the TSS server, so that's something. They fixed the performance issues. All right. How about this then? One thing I don't like though is things where I have to send my code away to be looked at on like a server. Like I have to ping tab 9 with things, but I mean it's not like it's. I guess it's not VS Code. So look into tab 9. No promises. I had it eating 16 gigabytes. Yeah, dude, it's killing me on RAM, killing me on CPU. That's why I got rid of it. Toggle virtual text Neovim. Maybe Reddit knows. Maybe Google knows. Ugh. Will this work? If it does, then maybe I can make it like an auto command or something, but let's pop this over here, jump down to the bottom. Vim handlers, blah, 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 no diagnostics, okay, get out of that. Let's go back to, oh, I guess we closed everything. repos blog. We'll open this up. And this one. Okay. But does it work? I think so. It does complain though. But at least I don't have to deal with anything. Do I still get like LSP? Alright, well that's a good first step. That seems to work. This is my post. What? Okay. Put that at the end to redirect to Google. I didn't know that you could do that. Just put blah 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 at the end to redirect to Google. I'll try that in the future. Then I have to remember to put all that shit. It's hard getting things to stick in my brain. Possible to only display. What? Here we go. I don't think you can modify the square. Maybe you can, but some advantages, blah blah blah. It's something I wanted to get done, but I don't know if I'm gonna get done in this video. Anyway, it's getting pretty late. Still can't believe I have 55 concurrent viewers on this. But I think I answered a good amount of questions. I don't think I got a lot done in this stream, but it's getting pretty late and it's Friday night, so I don't think I'm going to continue working on this right now. But I'm going to push this up, not this. Not this. Find file, readme. Oh, we do not want this right now. This is interesting, but it also throws errors. So let's do, I'm going to push everything up and then I'm going to end the stream. So we have this. Let's make sure that what we have this as a reference in the future for turning off diagnostics. You can set your color scheme now. That's probably one of the only things that we did. I got to thinking more about this and someone explained to me metatables, so that's going to be useful. We fixed that and we got rid of that. Alright, that's pretty successful. At least we got something done. So lots of fixes. Push right to master because I'm not at work and I don't care. Alright. I'll read some of these chats and then I'm probably going to get out of here. So, great stuff. Thank you. Keep making videos. Yeah, I'm going to get back to making videos soon. I'm going to not be doing live streams all the time. These live streams are just so I can get this stuff done and still, you know, get some views and stuff like that. Another browser tip to anyone who doesn't know, Control-Shift-T opens your last closed tab if I'm not mistaken. Alright, that's pretty helpful. I think I knew that, but I never remember this stuff. Yeah, keep up the good work. Thanks. I'll send some PRs your way. Awesome. I'm trying to maintain my own NVIM setup, so I might as well work with you. Sounds good. Do you plan on doing any non-Vim related videos? Yeah. So Vim, the only thing I was gonna do that, then the new Neovim stuff came out, and I was like, let me get this done. Something I do want to look into is I want to do streams on. I'm big into like crypto lately, so I want to do streams doing crypto zombies because I think that would be cool. Like I want to go through all of this with Solidity, like this stuff, just to like learn Solidity better. Because like I've been learning Solidity. I have like one blog post on it, like how to just set up like a simple smart contract. But I want to learn it like in depth. And everyone's told me like go through this kids game. It's not like a total kids game, but like, you know, it'll like teach you stuff. Like if we go here, like this, whatever. You know, you're talking about contract addresses probably is what this is in relevance to. Like a zombie DNA is most likely like a contract address. And then all that kind of stuff. Like it'll do this. Collectibles. This is maybe like an NFT. I don't know. Right. So I want to like learn this stuff, and this is something I've been planning on doing. Last question. Are you still using Vimplug, or have you switched to Git submodules? I don't use Git submodules, I don't think, but I use what you call it? Packer.nvim. You hate Solidity? Yeah, I've been using Solidity for a little bit, just like learning it. Like I wanted to go through the crypto zombies thing. I probably know a little bit more than that. But I want to learn Solidity because I feel like I need to learn Solidity if I want to ever, you know, do anything blockchain related in my career. What do I do for a living? I am a software engineer over at Comcast. So I mostly do IoT stuff, like work on cameras and like it's all Java and AWS stuff. But I work on cameras, pods. We do like microservices. So like we did like we had like a monolith, and then we broke it up into microservices, Spring Boot microservices. I maintain those in Java. I do like CI stuff, like Concourse CI, a lot of Concourse CI, like Bash scripting, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, mostly that. So mostly Java microservices. We're going serverless, so I've been doing some Python lambdas and a few Java lambdas, a ton of different cloud native junk that I mostly hate, and a little bit of Terraform, I guess, every now and then, although I'm not the best at Terraform. I know a little bit of it. And then lots and lots of like Concourse stuff, like continuous deployment and continuous integration. Anyway, I forget what I was going to do. Yeah, I was going to read these last chats. Yeah, so expect the crypto zombies thing to start happening too, because I'm going to be doing that. Kind of sucks. Like, wow, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is Java for Vim? Lately, it's been actually amazing. Like, it's been really great with all the stuff, like when you actually get it set up. So I would say it's right now like a 7 or 8 out of 10, like for Neovim at this point, because I get to use all my features and everything kind of just works. But anyway, so I'm probably going to get out of here, end the stream there. Expect me to probably do Crypto Zombies probably starting next week, because most of this config's done, and hopefully people will start, you know, sending more PRs and stuff. Like someone sent PRs for Clang, someone sent probably a PR for Go, someone sending PRs to fix other things. So like if you see something that needs fixing, I'll do live streams probably at least once or twice a week dedicated to this, and you guys can, you know, help me with it there, tell me what's working, what's not working for you. You can put in an issue or whatever, and I'll take a look at them. So I'll see you guys in the next stream. It could even be tomorrow, but definitely on Monday. Make sure to like and make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed.